What is up, everybody? We're back here with the Boomer Boys. This episode should be a fun one. We got a special guest here. We got a little bit of question and answering going on, along with a fun game. And so let's get right into it.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Like Bryson said, we're with the Boomer Boys, and today we have the special privilege to have our second guest appearance on the podcast. Guys, everyone, this is Jack King. Let's give it up for everybody.
Appreciate it.
So, Jack, tell us a little bit about yourself. You know what you do, where you're from, everything about all that.
Yeah, so I'm Jack King, as I said. I'm from Midland, Texas. Born and raised a diehard Sooner fan. You know, outside of you two, I'm probably right there, right up y'all's alley. And so I knew I wanted to go to OU ever since I could walk, and that opportunity presented itself. And then at the same time, I knew that I wanted to coach, and that was my calling in life. And so I tried to knock down every door I could to get a spot within the program. And, you know, an EQ equipment spot opened up, and I was blessed enough to be able to get in my freshman year and do that for a good 4 years and, you know, start coaching. So, yeah, I'm super blessed to be here.
That's also, you're talking about how you got on as an equipment manager and the personnel. So tell us a little bit about that job. You know, what does that job take? You know, what are the hours like? What do you do for it? And then tell us some of your favorite memories as an equipment personnel on staff.
So, yeah, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of work that, you know, people wouldn't want to do. But, you know, those days that you get in that mindset of like, you know, this really sucks, or, you know, why am I doing this? It's, you know, you think about your 12-year-old self, like, you know, what would he think right now that I have a job at OU football? And like,
That's awesome.
you know, that'd be cool. But yeah, day to day, it just depends on if we're in season or out of season. You know, if we're in season, we're setting up the equipment for practice. You know, we're helping out the coaches, whatever they need. And then, you know, after practice, doing all the guys' laundry, and which that was the worst part of the job. But, you know, it just comes with it, and, you know, you're lucky to do it. But then like off season, you know, it's a little more tame. It's a lot of, you know, ordering a bunch of gear for the guys, and then, you know, distributing it whenever it comes in. And then, you know, a lot of boxes and inventory, and, you know, the dirty work of equipment. It's not like the fun games and practices and being around the guys. But yeah, and then game days, that's what you do the whole job for, man. That's the reward for going through fall camp and spring ball. And, you know, the game days, there's nothing like it, especially here at OU. There's absolutely nothing like it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, dude, that's awesome, dude. That is a dream. Like you were talking earlier, I mean, that's just a dream to be around.
Dude, just even holding
yeah.
OU football helmet, you know,
That's
just that stuff would be just amazing.
No, yeah, no. So that goes like directly into, you know, you've been with the team for a couple of years now, which, again, dream come true. What has been your favorite road game environment? You know, the fans, stuff like that, noise. What's been the favorite?
So I was thinking about this earlier because I had a feeling this would pop up.
Yeah.
I got three that
Okay.
Three. Okay.
one is very like clear cut number one, and that was Tennessee last year.
Nice.
You know, I have never felt fear walking into a building before, until we did that night, and I was like shook.
Oh, that's
You
awesome.
couldn't even hear yourself think. The field was vibrating. That was the first time a field's ever
Really?
vibrated to me.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was loud. Everybody was wearing their black shirts, and it was a blackout, and they did that, you know, spooky Rocky Top thing. And
Hey, that's so tough. I mean, like, I'm like, hats off to that. That is such a cool.
yeah.
Like Tennessee at night, like that is such. Now, okay, so bounce off that. What was it like when we scored to kind of, you know, put the icing on the cake? How silent did it go? You know, from being like electric, you know, how did we just shut the fans up? You know, how was that?
You know, honestly, it was almost the opposite, and that is a credit to OU fans around the nation, because
Oh, that's sick.
when we scored that touchdown to go up, I mean, it was roaring with OU fans, and so it felt nice, honestly. Like it, you know, you like being the road team and shutting the crowd up a little bit, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's kind of cool when it's your fans that take over a stadium and do it. So
Oh,
That is something that I've noticed, you know, and what
Yeah.
I love is Sooner fans are traveling. Sooner fans are traveling, and that just such. I mean,
Mhm.
When Sooner fans, I'm a couple years ago, Bedlam.
Yeah.
I talk about this all the time. It is electric when you're just in your little section and it's just
Mhm.
loud.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, no, that would be
Yeah.
amazing. I'm
So-
so mad at you go.
So you got Tennessee at 1. Who's the 2?
So two, growing up a diehard OU fan, the OU Nebraska rivalry was cool. I was a kid when it was in its heyday, and then like I wasn't even alive when it was in its heyday technically. But being a kid growing up, my dad would tell me about Nebraska games, and so my freshman year being able to go there, that was really cool.
Really,
It
that's
was
cool.
cool for my family to see, and it got pretty loud there too. It didn't get Tennessee loud, but it
Yeah. That's
'Cause it was a blowout,
honestly,
yeah.
that's a game I kind of forget about. Honestly,
Yeah.
that is awesome because their stadium, I mean, it's sold out every game. They have one of the best fan bases in all of the nation. That's a
It
good
is.
goal right
They
there.
have the longest sellout streak, I believe.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
That's
So
really
That is awesome.
that is because we played them at home first, correct? And then we went to okay, I
Yeah.
got you. That's awesome. All right, so you got Nebraska too. Who's your third?
So my third is a complete wild card that I guarantee you nobody'd be able to guess. And if any of my EQ buddies are watching this later, they'll be able to tell you that this is completely valid. But I got Cincinnati at 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That
for
is-
one, like Cincinnati was a much cooler city than I thought. Like it's
Yeah.
real pretty there.
Really?
You're right by
Okay.
Kentucky, so it's nice scenery, when you're driving around. But outside of Tennessee and Nebraska, that is 100% the loudest game I've ever been a part of. And yeah, because it is like the way their stadium's built, it's small, but it is like right on top of you. It goes straight
Uh-huh.
up, it doesn't go out. Like it is right on top of you. And for one, they didn't like that was when DG was a quarterback, and they didn't like him very much from his UCF days. So he was getting chirped during warm-ups and all that. But no, it was what really shook me up was there was you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it was either like a early third down in the game or like we dropped a snap or something,
Mhm.
and that place went bananas. And
That is awesome.
I was sitting there like I did not know that Cincinnati was like this, and we are in for a dogfight today.
No, I believe we were supposed to win that really convincingly, and it did not go
Yeah,
to
it was-
plan.
That's crazy. Like when we're sitting here, like, okay, what question? We're thinking, Tennessee, of course,
I was thinking
Bama, you're thinking all these, but
even Red River.
dude, that's props. So, like
Mhm.
Cincinnati, that is awesome.
Mhm.
So as an equipment manager, you're talking about like pregame stuff. What did it look like? Did you ever get chirped? You had the student section.
Did you get
there.
chirped?
You just sit there.
Oh, absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
take all this. Like,
Yeah.
what's a memory of you just sitting there like pregame and you're like just getting chirped at?
Yeah. So, always at the Texas game, you get chirped because they don't care. They don't care who you are or what you do. If you're wearing red, they're going to say something to you.
Yeah.
But I'd probably say one of my funniest, like, I guess, getting chirped was probably Missouri because they don't like us very much. And we're on the field pregame, and I can't get into the specifics of what they said, but they were 100% the most vulgar and outgoing of the chirping. And, I'm just sitting there like, I'm literally an EQ dude. Like, why are you talking to me? Like, I have no
part of the
bearings
game
on what's
today.
about to happen.
I know
Yeah.
I'm not here to play ball.
Yeah, I'm just here to do my job, man. Like,
That's so funny. Oh, dude. That's one game I want to go to this year is at Missouri. Just because I feel like that's starting to kind of become
It used to be a rivalry,
Yeah.
and like I think that's something
That's one team I do not like them very much. Just
Yeah.
I don't like Missouri.
and you could definitely feel it that night we played them there. It felt like a rivalry game. They
That's awesome.
they brought out all the stops for that one. So
Yeah.
Now,
That's
so going into Red River, did you have a favorite Red River moment, anything like that?
Even childhood memories.
Childhood memories.
the absolute best was the touchdown in 23 when we won it because that was my that was my second time ever being on the field for that game. And with Texas being like third ranked in the country and everyone was picking us to lose, and after the year before getting beat 49-0, I mean there was no better feeling in the world than that day.
Where were you at? Do you know where
I
were you
was doing the screens, so you know, shielding the coaches or whatever. I had those up, and you know, I almost.
somebody's playing.
I put it down when they got done, and I was watching the play. I couldn't really see because there's a million people over there. But I just heard our side start going nuts, and I almost threw them in the air and killed myself. So.
That's what's okay. You're talking about, you know, for you guys that don't know, like the equipment managers, Jack was telling us prior of the recording, you know, they hold the big black kind of shields up behind the coach so they see the signals. What's that like? I mean, you're just looking straight into a black little cloth, you know, for
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Well, we actually got little holes in them. Like we cut a little square in them so we can see what's going on. But yeah, because my freshman year we didn't have the holes, so I would just be sitting there looking at my feet and just hopefully not running into anybody.
That's so good right there.
No, that's awesome. That is awesome. So that kind of leads us, you know, we had the road game environment. Now, OU, there's a lot of tradition at OU within the football program and things like that. Now, what is your favorite OU tradition that on a game day?
On a game day. Honestly, because I got to do it for the first time last year, and it was like a childhood dream come true. But, you know, running through the tunnel and everybody's hitting the banner, you know?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Like, that is something that everybody associates with OU football in Michigan, I guess. But you see that banner, you know it's about to go down. And, you know, I dreamed of that every day as a kid, being able to do that. And, you know,
That's awesome.
felt
Did you
surreal to be able to do that.
Did you do a little like between the legs, like jump man? Like what'd you do?
No, I didn't get that crazy with it. I just did a normal, you know, jump up and touch it because I wasn't trying to show out or anything or hurt myself. So because that is pretty high. It's up there.
I was about to say, how high? I mean, you got to get up there.
Yeah, it's probably a good 9 feet up there. It's a ways up there. Yeah,
That's
you
awesome.
got to jump. You gotta get into it.
What game did you do it on?
So I did it for the first time I did it was Ole Miss, and we lost the game. And so I'm sitting there saying, "Oh, I can't do that again. Like that's bad juju." And then I ended up doing it for the Missouri game, and we won. And
Okay.
Nice. Okay, so going to we can talk about this Ole Miss game. What was that game day like? I mean, it's pouring rain all day. What was that kind of like as like just
Yeah.
a non-player? You know, did
Yeah.
you have anything
Well,
going on?
obviously, you know, rain games are like mortal enemies of EQ people
Yeah.
because that just makes our life 100 times harder because, you know, got to walk around with towels and,
Yeah.
you know, all that sort of stuff. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's another game day in the Palace, and you wouldn't trade it for anything. It's against the top 10 team at the time. So,
Yeah.
you know, the juices were flowing that day, and I don't think the rain could have brought down anybody's energy. And,
That's
you know, it sucks that we lost, but, you know, it went on to have a good season. So.
yeah,
No,
100%.
yeah.
That's good. So talking about game days and stuff, we'll kind of go into this next question. What's a game day look like for you? What's the ins and outs of game day, that your responsibilities and what you do on game days?
I really don't know now. This is a new role for me, so I'm not sure. UTEP that Friday night, I'll figure it out. But yeah, I really don't know yet.
That's awesome. We're talking about like all the game days and all that. As growing up as a diehard OU fan, what are some like core memories you have? I know you're talking about your father talking about all the Nebraska games. What game can you remember like your earliest OU game going to?
I actually remember. I don't remember it actually, but I have pictures and photo proof of my first ever OU game was against UAB in 2006, and the country singer Sam Hunt was the quarterback for UAB that day. Little
Dude,
nugget.
that's sick.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think that's so special. And I'm sure there's tons of just diehard OU fans, not even like the play, just like the EQ personnel, there's so much pride and tradition, that goes into Oklahoma football. Years back and back, parents, OU fans, grandparents. I think that's something that makes OU so special, and you can testify this. It just, even the whole fan base feels like just one big family.
It does.
You're an OU fan, you're bonding with that person, And, props to the OU fan base. I think it's just very welcoming. We travel well. We're loud, but I think that's awesome.
You can tell love for the team, you really can. It is really big family. And we've had on this a couple of other podcasts, our fans are unlike any other fan. You know, when you go to the stadium as an opposing player, you might not get the best treatment, but as an opposing fan,
Yeah.
you can really get treatment from a lot of really good people. And so I think that is something, that we hit on. It really is fun being a Sooner fan.
Yeah.
You know,
So.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think we are going to jump into our next segment of this podcast. If you guys watched our previous episode with Dylan Ballard, me, Bryson, and Dylan all picked our all-time OU teams. So now we're going to let Jack do the start, bench, cut segment of this.
yeah, I know this is going completely off script, but Jack, since we have you on, what was your favorite team? Who's winning that? Who's winning that?
Say favorite team. Oh, from the last episode. I said it in y'all's comments, but I like Dylan's team. I'm a Baker guy, so I gotta go with Baker.
If y'all are watching this episode for the first time and have seen our Instagram, just know that Dylan had first pick every single time.
He got the luck of the wheel. He got the best lineup.
Dylan. And so, no. For what it's worth, I like my team going to Norman.
I'm taking my team over any team.
We're excited. We got some of those players on here for you to start, bench, or cut. And so they're OU legends. And so we'll get right into that.
Sweet.
And we're back. So this game will be start, bench, cut with the all-time OU. Like we previously said, we use the players. We did a little adjustments because we kind of missed some players. Thank you for letting us know in the comment section, everybody.
Yes.
But we're going to go right into quarterbacks. So we got 3 great quarterbacks. And
So for the quarterback section, we have from Dylan's team, Baker Mayfield. From my team, we have Kyler Murray, and then from Bryson's team, Sam Bradford. So, Jack, give us a little some thoughts of your processing. Who are you going to bench, start, and cut for this section?
As a diehard OU fan, this really hurts.
No hate to any
Yeah,
of
this
these players
sucks.
on this. We would take all these players but for the segment alone right here.
this is just based off of who you watched.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all-time favorite Sooner. I got to start Baker.
Nice.
I'll ride with Baker till I die. So I'll start Baker. Just in terms of how football is today, I'll bench Kyler. And then no disrespect to Sam. He was my favorite player growing up. But, I've got to cut Sam because football is just a little bit different today.
Nice. Honestly, that's good right there.
Going into running backs, this one's going to be tough.
It's on right here. So for the running backs, we got Adrian Peterson from Bryson's team, Billy Sims from Dylan's team, and Steve Owens from my team.
Ooh, so I gotta go with AD first
All day, baby.
because
Nice.
it's a little more our era, and got to watch some pretty good highlights of him.
Nice.
And then I'll bench Steve Owens.
Okay.
And then I'd have to cut Billy Sims.
Hey,
Good barbecue, though. I don't know if there's any correlation there, but it's good barbecue.
Okay, like we said that in the last podcast.
Great
Hey,
barbecue.
Billy Sims does have a pretty good little barbecue restaurant, but all love to Billy and stuff. Well, good. I think all right.
And we do want to preface, this is just a fun little game. These guys are the top of OU.
Yes.
These guys are Mount Rushmore. All
Yes.
these players are Mount Rushmore. And so they were the top of college football in their time. And so we just wanted to preface that.
No disrespect, saying we've never cut them from Oklahoma University.
Yeah, these guys are prestige, and they're on this list for a reason.
Right. So sweet. Now let's go on to the wide receiver portion of this. Okay. So now we have CeeDee Lamb, D.D. Westbrook, and then Sterling Shepard.
Oh, this is even worse because I played
This is
receiver
this is
growing
probably the
up.
hardest one.
I looked up to all these guys. I would have to say I would start Sterling because I loved him growing up. He's an ultimate program guy.
Yep.
I tried to model everything I did after him.
You hit the little touchdown
Who?
end zone. Did you ever do that?
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bench, I'd have to go CD. I'll never forget what he did against Texas, and I'll never
Yeah.
forget his time here at OU.
Yes.
And then I know he was a Heisman finalist, but you got to cut DD.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate. There's three really good dudes up
Yeah.
there.
This is the hardest
These
one.
guys, they really should have been three Blitnikoff winners. I know that DD won it.
Absolutely.
CD, we talked about that last episode, and CD should have won it.
Just
I mean,
went up against Jamal.
juggernauts, dude.
Yeah.
Juggernauts. And then Sterling was basically Sterling was ultimate program guy, like
Yeah.
you said, dude. I love Sterling. Sterling was
Yeah.
like OU receivers.
Poor CD got screwed.
That was
Yes.
yeah.
You know, honestly, going to the CD, we can talk about this for a second. That 2019 receiver class, just the whole nation was unbelievable.
Insane, dude.
Like
Insane.
Mhm.
I mean, you had CD, Jamar, Justin Jefferson. I mean, you could go down the whole list. That receiver class was stacked. But like what you said, to
Man.
kind of piggyback on what you said, what CD did to Texas that year, just boat raced them by himself. Just
Dude, that was
Yeah.
insane. And so, no.
Yeah.
He like that one where he was in the middle like 4 or 5 guys and then somehow scored and flung the ball in the end zone. Dude, always, I'll always remember DD's West Virginia game in the snow.
yes.
Just balling out, dude. These guys are insane.
Yeah.
So we got to move on.
I like that.
I can talk about this forever.
Yeah. So now let's move on to the tight end section. Okay. So for this one, we will have Tay, will you read those off already?
Jermaine Gresham, Mark Andrews, and
Mark
Andrews, Jermaine Gresham, Trey Smith.
Trey Smith.
Okay.
Thought those.
Sweet. Awesome. For this tight end section, what are you going with, Jack?
I had a very emotional connection to that 2017 team, so I'm going to take Mark Andrews to start. That is by far like one of the funnest years I've ever had as an OU fan. Heartbreaking into it, but I got to go Mark Andrews number one.
Nice.
I'll go Gresham. I'll bench Gresham because he was good. No, I'm thinking of somebody else. Never mind. And then poor Trent Smith. I'll have to cut you. Sorry, man.
Dude, let's bounce on that 2017 team real quick. Man, that year, like what you said, that was some of the most fun. I mean, that was the most fun team probably that I've been a part of also.
Oh, absolutely.
That team was special. They were so good that year.
I mean, yeah,
The Rose Bowl, that killed me. The Rose Bowl killed me.
That is one game that if it like late night, I'll watch OU highlights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That is one game that if it comes on, it'll go right.
Yeah, I can't watch the end.
I can't.
Phenomenal game though, by the way. Whenever we got the pick six late in the fourth, I was like, we won. I did not.
That was a fumble.
That's right.
Kelly forced the fumble.
Yes.
And Parker ran it in for a touchdown. I just remember seeing AD on the sideline. I was like, bro. This is it. We're winning this. Dude, oh wow.
Yeah,
Dude.
that one really sucks because me and my dad, we were actually at that game.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So my
What did
8th
you
grade
do
self was broken.
Oh my.
What can you do after that? I mean, that's just.
I got a funny story from after that game, actually. So they, when they ran that touchdown in overtime to win,
Mhm.
I'm sitting there just in complete shock. I'm about to start crying because I'm in 8th grade, and I just felt like a breakup, or it was honestly probably worse than a breakup.
Worse
Yeah.
than anything.
And so I'm sitting there, watching all the Georgia players, storm the field and all the cheerleaders and fireworks going crazy, and I'm just sitting there watching it. And I look over, and my dad is just gone. Like, I don't know where he is. And I look over, and he's already halfway down the stairs, like getting out of there. And so I have to run and go find him. I was like, "Why'd you leave so fast?" He was like, "I ain't watching that." And I was like, "Good point."
Yeah, Mr. Ting.
Yeah.
As you should. I would have sprinted out there too after that, right?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I would just keep footballing. I don't mean.
Dude, I cried. I was in disbelief because the whole week leading up to that, all you heard was Baker Mayfield's sick. Baker has the flu.
I mean, he has that pretender,
Yes.
and he's walking in. I'm just ready to run through a brick wall.
That might be the toughest OU picture I've seen. Like that might be him in his locker with the Gatorade caliber that says pretender.
I think Kyler
Absolutely.
Murray's inside.
That's such a tough picture. Such a tough picture. Well, yeah, hopefully we got some good vibes coming out. Maybe we can get a little bit of revenge on Georgia this year. We played it week 4. That's gonna be a fun one.
All right, go into the next.
So for the last one, we will have the coaches section. Did not pop up on yours.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, you got yours on that? Okay. I think. Okay, so the coaches, we have Bob, Barry, and then there we go, Bud. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay.
This is Mount Rushmore.
This is not
This is
right.
Mount
Yeah.
Rushmore. Take your pick, and then whoever you cut, I'll pick up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all did not make this easy.
Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah. I'll have to go, I got to start the king. He's called the king for a reason. Switzer. And then
Yep.
I'll have to bench Bob
Mhm.
because I during my lifespan, Bob Stoops was the guy. So,
Yeah.
respect him like crazy. And then I'll have to cut Bud Wilkinson, different era of football. I know he was legendary, but
I think it was.
Yeah. What a go. All 3 goats, like what we said. There's not a bad choice on any of these slides.
It really
Yeah.
is.
On any of these slides, dude. This is fun. So Jack, we can kind of ask you this in your lifetime. We didn't hit on the defense or the kicker side. What defense would you pick for your all-time team? And we're kind of putting you on the spot right here. We didn't tell you about this before.
Mm.
What defense would you put for your all-time defensive team?
oh man. Last year's is definitely up there.
Yeah.
100% up there. I'd probably, because in my lifetime, this is just a defense that I remember, but probably that, I know that it wasn't as statistically as good as this past year, but I'd probably have to go with 2008.
That's
You know,
what I
they-
was thinking.
Nice.
They
Yeah,
carried
that's
us
a
to
good
some
point.
really good wins that year. And so, yeah, I'll probably go with the 2008 defense.
That's a good pick.
That is a good pull.
That's what we're all.
He
Dude,
he had that. Those boys. Well, I just watched the Texas Tech game at work the other day.
Yeah.
Not at work, after work the other day. I'm coaching. After work. The other day, I was just chilling here on the couch for a little bit, and that Texas Tech game,
Oh.
that defense was deafening.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Just deafening,
dude.
So
That's awesome. So glad that we could have Jack on here. We get to do a little bench shortcut, off of our teams from last week. But Jack, we really appreciate you coming on, man. Like we were talking to you before the podcast. You're our first, big guest on here. Nothing on Dylan. Dylan's not the guest. How's that, you Dylan?
Yeah, Dylan.
But,
hey, Dylan, I thought you were a big time guest, man, and so
no,
that, yeah. I thought,
no. Same Dylan.
I thought you were a big guest.
Dylan, love
Hey,
Dylan.
he's gonna watch this.
Oh, yeah.
So he's getting cooked.
I guess I worded that very poorly for you, Dylan. Jack's our first within the program currently. Yes, there we go.
There you go.
See, Dylan, I'm backtracking on it right there. So, but yeah, Jack, we really appreciate this. Jack, is there anything you want to just kind of say to everybody out there, on the podcast?
No, I mean, I really appreciate y'all having me on here. I think it's awesome what y'all are doing. There's a lot of OU podcasts out there, and I'm glad to have been a part of this one because I have a somewhat personal connection to Tanner, you guys actually, because Dylan, and when he told me that y'all were doing this, and then y'all hit me up, it was a no brainer what I wanted to do. So
Yeah, dude,
I'm
we
excited
really
to-
appreciate it.
I'm excited to see where this thing goes, and I'll be watching y'all throughout the season.
Sweet,
Yeah.
man. We appreciate. We'll come find you. We'll be, like I said, we'll be at all the OU football games. We'll come down
Yeah.
there, start chomping up and everything. But we really appreciate you coming on. We appreciate everything that you're doing. Just it's awesome how you can come on here and just give us your experiences, all that inside information, like of the games you were in, just the environments and everything. That's something that, OU fans, and we love hearing about that stuff,
No.
so we appreciate that.
Live the
So,
dream, man. So go keep doing it. And, we thank you for coming on the podcast.
yes, dude.
Yeah.
So we appreciate you guys, everybody that tuned into this. Big shout out to you guys. You continue to show us love and support, and we are so appreciative of that and all that you guys have done for this podcast. So we will tune in next time. We got another big slate of videos coming up and some ideas that we're throwing around that we're really excited to show you guys. So once again, thank you, Jack, for coming on, and we will tune into next time. Boomer.
Boomer Sooner, baby.